Hello, my name is Eunice Montenegro, and today I will be talking about the Chicago Park District website. We will be discussing it in the executive summary, the methods used during testing, the results from testing, findings, opportunities, and recommendations that arose out of testing. The official website of the Chicago Park District is the online presence for the City Park District. The site provides information on recreation and leisure opportunities in the city, such as parks, facilities, programs, memberships, events, and many other ways to get involved. The site also includes external links to social media platforms as well as shopping. The site attracts many users within Chicago of different demographics. Thus, it is important that the usability of the site works effectively to help achieve all user goals. During the testing, there was 3 tests that were involved, and there was 2 usability tests that were conducted. And the testing was used to identify usability problems and determine the amount of user satisfaction. The methods for testing, as mentioned, is usability testing, and it was used to answer the following 4 questions. First question is, when searching for logistics, such as location, hours, or cost, is the website information reliable? Second question, can a user successfully complete tasks without assistance? Third question, is the website navigation straightforward to a novice user? And fourth and final question, are users satisfied with the ease of navigation? The test serves the objective to evaluate users' ability to successfully navigate between pages to complete 100% of tasks with an error-free rate of 80% for each task and gain user satisfaction. The users for the testing were was a class professor identified as subject 1 and an ex-employee for the Chicago Park District's Aquatics Department who is also a Chicago native and currently lives in Chicago, labeled as subject 2. The test script consisted of 4 sections, the first one being consent form, the second one being introduction to the test, third one is scenario task, which were the chunk of the testing. There was 3 tasks. The first one was to download Ellis Park pool schedule, the second to locate the planetarium phone number, and the third one was to locate information on the wedding packages for Burger Park Culture Center. And the fourth and final section was a debriefing that allowed the users to give their input and any additional comments on the testing. As part of testing, the Think Out Loud variant was adopted to gain information of the user's thoughts process and a reasoning behind the actions taken to complete each task. Additionally, usability tests took place remotely via a laptop device. The overall results of testing show that not all users were able to successfully navigate between pages to complete 100% of tasks with an error-free rate of 80% for each task. Assistance from the tester was required, and user satisfaction level was slightly below average. Now, diving in deeper into the results, the first section of the results is broken into information reliability. Both users found the information for the first task and the second task were reliable. However, in the third task, it was noted that the document was outdated and included several discrepancies. This was in the form of the dates. So on the right-hand side, you can see a screenshot of the information, and we see last updated on the upper right-hand side, which was December 31st, 2018. We also see dates of 2019, 2020, and dates of 2017 to 2018, which is not only an incorrect, as they are referencing different dates and could be referencing different prices, but it's different information on the same document, which would confuse the user. In regards to success rate, User 1 had a 100% success rate as they were able to complete all 3 tasks without assistance. Subject 2 had 33% success rate. The first task did not require any assistance, the second one required a hint, and the third one was incomplete outcome, as a user said they could not get the correct page for pricing and would opt to call the park instead of searching the site. In regards to straightforward navigation to a novice user, task 1 showed to be straightforward, as none of the users struggled with navigating to find the information to complete the task. Task 2 showed that both users were hesitant on the navigation. User 1 attributed the success to luck. They mentioned that the label arts and culture did not seem to be a clear indicator that the museum's information would be held in that category. And subject 2 mentioned that the background image did not clearly represent museums. On the bottom right hand side, I have the image that they were referring to, which is the Arts and Cultures card on the Chicago Park District website. For task 3, subject 1 again attributed the success to luck, and subject 2 mentioned, I know I want pricing information for a wedding, but I can't see a clear filter for parks holding wedding events. On the upper right hand side, you can see a screenshot of the page, which is the one that user 2 was referring to when he said this comment. In regards to user satisfaction, subject 1 would have preferred information to appear on the page and not in a PDF format. Thus, and in addition to other reasons, the user 1 allocated their experience navigating the site to a 4 out of 10 rating. Subject 2 noted that the navigation was confusing, felt that information was hidden, terminology and imaging were not clear, which led them to give an overall rating of 5 out of 10. In regards to terminology, in the first task, subject 1 indicated that the wording filter versus search confused him and led him to try navigating through the page numbering before using the filter by option. On the bottom, you will see the filter by and what he was referring to. So lastly, after doing testing, the following findings were obtained, and the opportunities and recommendations were also brought up based on the findings. So out of these 5 findings, the first one is that not all site information is updated, which leads to incorrect information presented to users. To alleviate this finding, I believe that having a dedicated team member for each department to review content accuracy on a periodic basis will help ensure that the data is up to date. The second finding is that not all tasks were completed and some required assistance from testers due to the confusion on navigation and terminology. So to provide a snippet or a paragraph on the top of each page to introduce the content can help the user have a better idea of what they can find on each page. The third finding was that label names and images used to represent content was confusing, such as that found on the Arts and Cultures task. And to alleviate this, I believe that to create a sub-tab for each for content such as museums under Arts and Cultures, or a pricing tab under wedding and other ceremony permits would assist the user to understand what information would be held in each navigation content area. Additionally, changing the background image to closely reflect that of the content. The next finding is that users do not like flipping between PDF documents and websites to read information. So by converting PDFs into pages, users will not have to navigate away from the website. And the final finding is the terminology on the sites confused users, such as that of the filter and search. So reevaluating terminology to evaluate correct wording usage will help to have users understand what they're doing and what the page content holds. So to address some of these findings, I've looked at the Chicago Park District website's current display on the left-hand side and data modifications on the right. So to alleviate the finding for label names, such as that of the Arts and Cultures, as well as information for wedding and other ceremonies, I believe having that subtabs would assist. So what I would do is add a caret and add those options. So underneath the weddings and other ceremonies, I would have pricing. For the issue with terminology on the sites, which was confusing filter versus search, I would include an area for search by as well as filter by, so that the user can do either or and have that distinguished option. And that concludes my presentation. Thank you.